Hello. So nice to meet you at this daily motivational meeting, reading quotes from world scriptures. We're reading books from the beginning. Please find all chapters at our channel, Message to Billions. And now, these days, we are reading about how to avoid the greatest mistakes in life and live a happy life. So this quote will empower you with positive vibe for the day. Today chapter is human beings must choose between God and the devil. The Lord said to Cain, "Why are you angry, and why has your countenance fallen? If you do not, if you do well, you you not be accepted? And if you do not do well, sin is crouching at the door. Its desire is for you, but you must master it." The quote, "Be sober, be watchful. Your adversary, the devil, prowls around like a rolling lion, seeking someone to devour. Whoever lives contemplating pleasant things with senses unrestrained in food, immoderate, indolent, inactive, him verily Mara overthrows as the wind blows down a weak tree. Whoever lives contemplating the impurities of the body with senses restrained in food, moderate food, full of faith, full of sustained energy, him Maya overthrows not, as the wind cannot shake a rocky mountain. Oh man, God promise is true. So let not the present life delude you. Man, let not the deluder delude you concerning God. Surely Satan is an enemy to you. So take him for an enemy. He call his party only that they may be among the inhabitants of the fire. O believers, follow not the steps of Satan, for whoever follows the step of Satan will assuredly be beat to indecency and dishonor. But for God's bounty to you and his mercy, not one of you would have been pure ever. But God purify whom he will, and God is all hearing, all knowing. Yes, there are two fundamental spirits, twins, which are renowned to be in conflict in thought and in word. In action, they are two, the good and the bad. And between these two, the beneficent have correctly chosen, not the maleficent. Furthermore, when these two spirits um, first came together, they created the life and death, and how now, in the end of the world's existence, shall be for the deceitful, but the best thinking heaven for the truthful person. Of these two spirits, the deceitful one choose to bring to realization the worst things, but the very virtuous spirit who is clothed in the hardest stones choose the truth, and so shall mortals who shall satisfy the wise Lord continuously withdraw actions. When Israel stood before Mount Sinai, the impurity of the serpent was removed from them, so that the carnal passion was suppressed among them, and in consequence they were able to attach themselves to the tree of life, and their thoughts were turned to higher things and not to lower. Hence, they were given heavenly illuminations and knowledge, which filled them with joy and gladness. Further, God girded them with the cinctures of the letters of the holy name, which prevented the serpent from gaining power over them and filling them as before. But when they sinned and worshipped the golden calf, they were degraded from their high estate and lost their illumination. They were deprived of the protective guard of the holy name and became exposed to the attacks of the evil serpent as before. The essence of mind of Suknyas is the real Buddha, while the heretical views and the three poisons elements, greed, danger, delusion, are Mara. Enlightened by right views, we call forth the Buddha within us. When our nature is dominated by the three poisonous elements, we are said to be possessed by the devil. But when right views from our mind, these poisonous elements, the devil will be transformed into real Buddha. Further, let's read quotes from the Second Coming Messiah, Reverend Sun Myung Moon. God is supremely selfless and supremely public-minded, whereas Satan is absolutely self-centered and only out for himself. God has no capacity to be corrupted. He is eternal, changing, and unique. Therefore, regardless of his power, Satan can never bring God under his control, because God is true and Satan cannot digest a true being. Then why does God, who aspires to be Lord of all creation, not bring Satan under his control? It is because Satan does not have God's unchanging nature, quite the opposite. God is unchanging while Satan is always changing to suit himself. God is unique and Satan is not. God is eternal while Satan is temporal. This is essence of their dividing line. Why then are human beings the object of both God's desire and Satan's desire? People stand between God and Satan. They have qualities that can relate to both world and Satan's world, to God's world and Satan. Is someone who change from moment to moment more on God's side or Satan's side? He is someone who is constantly creating divisions and fight in the home more susceptible to God or to Satan. What about the person who is immersed in his daily affairs and does not think about the whole or the world of history or eternity or any kind of long-term vision? What about a father who neglects his wife and children, who only goes off to the local bar and drinks every night, seeking his own pleasure? Certainly, Satan will claim such people. We are living in a fallen realm. That is why we need to live a life of faith. Remember this and always be aware that Satan governs this whole world. This is not merely a concept, it is reality. The Bible exhorts us to pray ceaselessly. The devil can attack us and even work through us 24 hours a day. Although God is within us, he stays in a vertical relationship with only the mind as his base. how effectively he then can he work with us. Satan can come as at us from any direction, from 360 degrees. Hence, we are bound to be overwhelmed. Evil activity is the spirit world had been increasing gradually ever since the human fall. But the situation changed drastically in 1980s when host of the evil spirit descends to the earth and greatly increased their activities there. Why did this happen? In former times, when the central figure of the providence did not know the identity of Satan, the root of sin of the nature of the original sin, Satan felt at ease and could take his time creating his self-centered world. However, when the true parents came into the world, the situation began to change. The true parents revealed the identity of Satan, the root of sin, and the original sin was fornication. They figured out all Satan's traits and all his tricks, facts that not even God has revealed to humanity. Then the true parents began making conditions so that Satan could not longer stand in his feet on the earth. As they achieved victory after victory in the providence of restoration, Satan was taken aback and then he began to get nervous. In response, Satan mobilized evil spirit in the spirit world to work with evil spirit in the bodies of the people on the earth by stimulating their resentment on their desire to take revenge on the descendants of the people who had caused them pain. In particular, Satan watched closely for opportunities to invade blessed families. Whenever he found any bad conditions, he put evil spirit into them. He wanted to block them from advancing and turn them from the God-centered life. God expected that the blessed family would make unity of heart with God and true parents by living with absolute faith, absolute love, and absolute obedience. Satan cannot invade such families, but when blessed families acted in unprincipled ways, they made conditions for Satan to invade them. Most of them expected that the victory of true parents would protect them. They didn't look deeply at themselves to check whether they had anything for which Satan could accuse them. And they did reflect on whether they still had any fallen nature. Therefore, at the least, from now on, we must work hard to purify ourselves from evil and sin and be reborn as original true children. Yes, so interesting quote for today. Now you know what could help you came to God's side and how to avoid the evil thoughts in your life. And what is this? Have a great blessed day today. Contact me anytime for consultation or cooperation or to become a member of our Heavenly Parents Holy Community in your country. Like this video and share it to all your friends as we end this video on Happy Life Superheroes Marathon. See you tomorrow, same time, same place. All the best. Bye bye.